Today is our big event of the year.
Celebrate and just have a great time. That's what today is all about. Today is our annual community day.
Welcome to Good Morning Aurora. Today is December 18th. We are halfway through the month, more than halfway through the month. Holidays are next week. Lights are everywhere. It's a joyous time. Snow is melting. It's a lot warmer, so that's great. My name is David. I am the COO of the Neighbor Project, and today we have a very, very special guest. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself. So go ahead.
Thanks for having me here today, David. My name is Adam Grubbs. I'm with the City of Aurora Community Development Division. I'm the management assistant.
It's great to have you here. I'm excited to be talking about home ownership and how the City of Aurora is actually providing resources to all city residents, those that want to move to the City of Aurora, to become homeowners. But before we get into that, just a little bit about the Neighbor Project for those of you that don't know us. Right, the Neighbor Project, we are a nonprofit here in the City of Aurora. We service Aurora and the greater Aurora area, and what we do, we help renters become homeowners, right? So if you're in the process or you're thinking about becoming a homeowner and you're not sure where to start, contact the Neighbor Project. We have professional certified staff that can help you through that entire process. We are HUD certified. We partner with the City of Aurora as well to implement the Financial Empowerment Center. So even if you're not ready to start the home ownership, but you're thinking about it, you still not got to work on your finances, we do provide those services of improving your finances so you can get ready. Or if you're already a homeowner, right, and you're looking to make some essential repairs, or maybe you're behind on mortgage, right? Times are tough. We understand that. You can come seek the Neighbor Project, and we can provide you with resources so that, one, you can improve your household, and two, to make sure that you stay in your house, because that's important to us. But with Adam, let's talk a little bit about you, right? Before we talk about the program, we want to get to know you a little bit better. So you've been with the City of Aurora for how long now?
I started here at the City of Aurora in August of 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay, so what brought you to the city, working for the city?
Honestly, I saw that the city has a lot of great programs involving affordable housing, but also that preserving affordable housing as well. So just it really piques my interest to be able to serve a community that is, in my opinion, is a great community and that has the need to assist those residents in need.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, my whole entire family lives here in Aurora, from my grandma all the way to like my nieces, my nephews, my children. It's a beautiful city, and the thing I love most about the city is the dedicated staff members here at City Hall, at the City of Aurora, to just continue improving just the living conditions here for everyone that lives here, right? So I appreciate that. And with that, we're gonna be talking about home ownership. For me personally, it completely changed my life, right? I spoke about this a few months ago here, but just to tell you my story again and to understand like why I'm working for the Neighbor Project, why we brought Adam on board, and why we're promoting this Choose Aurora program is when my parents became homeowners, it completely changed my life, right? We grew up in Chicago. We lived in a one-bedroom apartment. It was 5 of us in a very tiny apartment. I mean, if you've seen some of those Chicago apartments, they're small, right?
Yeah.
We were very, at that point, I wasn't aware of it, right? Because my parents did a great job at making sure I had everything necessary, but we were poor. And it wasn't until my parents became homeowners, right, that I understood just the freedom that we had, they were less stressed, right? It gave me the opportunity to go to a better school, to go to college, and just that owning a home changed the trajectory of my life.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's stories that we want to hear here in Aurora. That's what we want to create here, opportunities for families to come in and have successful lives.
And I love that. So transitioning into the Choose Aurora program, that's the purpose of that, to make sure that families are able to have the financial resources to buy a house. So what is the Choose Aurora program?
Thanks for asking. So the Choose Aurora program is something that as a city we've developed, it is really trying to provide those home buyers to come into Aurora to give them assistance to have affordable payments. But something that we truly want to ensure as well is it's not just an affordable monthly payment, but it's also a safe and sanitary home.
I love that. I love that. So many times we look at what we can afford that we sometimes ignore the conditions of the house.
Absolutely.
Right? And times are tough right now. Like, we understand, right? Affordability, wages aren't keeping up with inflation. And we have a lot of families that pay the rent on time all the time, but it's hard to like save up to move on to a house.
Yeah.
Right? So how does Choose Aurora help with that?
So I would just like to say, I guess previously we had lower limits, so we were providing up to $5,000 in assistance, and for a little bit that was working, but just with the current market, with the current interest rates, the current purchase prices, we really saw the need to increase that assistance. So currently we're actually able to provide up to $27,000, and that's between a mixture of deferred loans and grants as well, and even being able to increase our income limits, because we do go by household size and income limits. So looking right now at a household of 4 people, we can assist someone, a household who's making $143,000 a year.
Oh, wow. So hold up. So City of Aurora originally started this program at $5,000.
Correct.
And then you saw that was not enough, and the city, your program, your staff stepped up and said, no, we need to provide more to our residents and make sure that they can. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, just the need is there, and the assistance we were providing wasn't really making a dent in that payment, you know?
So it went from $5,000 to up to $27,000 now, right? Is that what I heard?
Correct.
Okay.
So I think the biggest chunk of that $27,000, it is a $20,000 deferred loan.
Okay.
So what that means is that essentially you don't have to pay that money. It is a 0% deferred loan, so you don't have to pay that money back. You're not paying interest. You can stay in your home until you sell the home or you change the name on the title. And that's just because as a city, that $20,000 we can then take back. So when you sell your property, we want that $20,000 back. But then we can reinvest that into another home, into another household for someone else to have another affordable payment.
Okay. So just to make sure I understood right, because this is excellent news and we want to make sure like everyone understands this. So let's say I qualify for this. I qualify for the $20,000. Is it $20,000 exactly, or is it up to $20,000?
That's a great point. It is up to $20,000 because we do need to establish that need. And something that we are very clear on is we don't want to give too much. We want to give you the right amount so you have an affordable payment. Okay,
because there's other families that might need more, and funds are probably limited also, so you're trying to help as many families as possible.
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense, right? So it's 20. Let's say I get up to $20,000. I get the money, and then this is not a grant, correct? This is a deferred loan.
Yeah, it's 0% interest, and I do know that those deferred loans are kind of scary sometimes because people think, okay, I don't want to pay this back. But let's say you buy a home when you're young, you take part of our program. Typical, mortgages are 30 years. We're not gonna, let's say you pay the entire mortgage off, we're still not gonna ask for that money back until you sell that home. Okay. So let's say you stay in that home hypothetically for more than 30 years, you won't have to pay that back until you actually sell the home.
Oh, that's amazing, right? So that's and for me, like, as if I am a new home buyer, I'm going through this, that's an additional $20,000 of purchasing power, right, that I can get. But then I don't have to repay it until I sell my house.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
And let's just say that you're not interested in that $20,000 deferred loan, which is understandable at times. We do provide up to $5,000 in closing costs, and that's a straight grant, so there's no repayment there. And then also, I think the biggest thing that I've seen over my time working here, since I've started in 2022, I've been, in charge of this program, as well as assistance through, staff, my division. So the biggest thing that I see is through home inspections. A lot of the time, just as I mentioned, just trying to put someone into a safe home. There's a lot of safety issues in these homes that are related to fire hazards, electrocution. So those are things that we do review. We do review those home inspections to make sure it's a safe home. So another thing that we've implemented is a up to $2,000 grants for small repairs. So a lot of the most common repair that I see that's needed is just those GFCI outlets.
Okay.
Just getting them up to code so that there's no electrocution or fire hazard. So we can give up to $2,000 to repair those things too.
And so that's where the $27,000 comes from.
Correct.
It's a $20,000 deferred loan.
Yep.
Up to $20,000. You get an additional $5,000 in closing costs, so that increases your purchasing power a little bit more. And then additionally, if there are home repairs that are needed, because having a safe home is important, you can get an additional $2,000.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Because as mentioned before, having an affordable payment is one of our goals, and it's very important. But just even having a safe home is almost just as important.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so you mentioned the household income. I believe you referenced that a household of 4 people, their total household income should be roughly, what was the number again?
It's roughly $143,000.
Okay, and that will qualify them for the entire $27,000?
So that's where it gets a little more complicated. So half of the funding that we have for this program is federal funding. So with that, it's a little bit more restrictive, right? So the income limit for that is a little less. So if you wanted the entire $27,000, we would be looking at $95,000 per year. But if you wanted up to $22,000, that would be the $143,000.
Got it. Okay. So the deferred loan has its own income limitations.
Correct.
Right? And then the closing cost of $5,000 has a different income limitations.
Correct.
Right? Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So let's say I don't know what my income limitations are, right? I know how many people live in my household. I know my total yearly household income. How do I find out what I qualify for?
That's a great question. So I would say reach out to me directly, which Adam Grubbs, City of Aurora. That's Grubbs at aurora.il.us, or my phone number is 630-256-3328. And then we also have great partners such as the Neighbor Project and Zealand Association, and they could also help see if you meet those income limits. And just to give those numbers really quickly, and I know this will probably be shared later, but the Neighbor Project, 630-906-9400, Zealand Association, 630-701-2983. And these are two of our trusted partners that provide home buyer counseling, which is something that is also required for this program. But through that counseling process, they can also navigate and help you to see if you are income eligible.
That's fantastic. And both organizations, like I work for the Neighbor Project, right? But both organizations are HUD certified. And as I was reading the flyer and the requirements, part of it is that they need the individuals applying for this. They need to have a HUD certified counseling session, correct?
Correct. And so that's why we saw the need to partner with great organizations such as the Neighbor Project and the Zealand Association. But what's great is, home buyers can use any HUD certified home buying counselor that they want in the area to satisfy our program requirements. However, if they utilize the Neighbor Project services or Zealand Association services, the city will pay for that as long as you are pre-qualified for the program.
Fantastic, because there are some of these HUD sessions, depending on which organization you go for, they do charge, right? In that case, but here, if the individuals choose the Neighbor Project or Zealand associations, that cost will be covered by the City of Aurora.
Correct.
Fantastic.
They do need to complete that program and show us their certificate of completion, but as long as they do that, we will pay for that. We'll reimburse that payment.
Okay. Now let's say, again, I'm putting myself in the client's shoes, right? I'm a new home buyer. I'm excited. I just heard this, right? I close next week and I want to submit the application today. Can I?
That's a great question. Thanks for bringing that up. So typically, I would say a week is not enough time. We would need a little bit more time than that. I've worked on applications that we have gotten finished in 2 weeks because all the documents were submitted to me all at one time. And in that, it's a lot easier to look at all the paperwork and documents to make sure someone's approved for the program. However, if it's kind of just submitting documents here and there, or I have more questions, I need to review more things, it takes a little bit longer. It could take up to a month of review.
Okay, so ideally, we submit the application at least 4 weeks in advance.
Yeah, I'd recommend at least 4 weeks.
Okay, that's good to know, right? Because we know, like, some people, I live here in Aurora, right? I know with me, sometimes I wait till the very last minute, or I just heard about this program and it's like, I need this done, right? Let's see if I can get more money for down payment. So again, I'm putting myself in that home buyer's shoes, right? I have a house that I'm interested in. So now I apply to this program. Is that enough, or should I already be under contract? Like, what are the actual requirements for me to receive most, if not all, of this grant?
That's also you're asking a lot of great questions here. So we do suggest that you are under contract once you come to us, just because we also need to review that property. As I said before, we review essentially everything a mortgage lender would review. So the home inspection, the appraisal, we look at the contract, we look at the loan agreement. So that's also why I'd really recommend working with your mortgage lender to apply for this program. I think at the beginning, looking at our pre-application, it might be a little confusing sometimes. And just there's language on there that's not familiar. When prior to me working on this program, I've learned a lot working with this program. So I definitely recommend anyone who wants to apply, first reach out to the city or neighbor project or regional association to see just what eligibility requirements are for income. But then work with your mortgage lender too, say, hey, I'm interested in this program. What can we do to apply for this?
Oh, that's fantastic. So that's good to know. Must be under contract already, at least 4 weeks in advance to submit the application. And you mentioned that the safety of the house is very important. So I'm assuming there needs to be an inspection also with this as part of the requirements.
Yeah.
Right?
So inspection, it is a requirement. Like I said, we do want to ensure that, a lot of times I'm seeing families apply for this program. So I'm seeing parents with children, younger children usually. So that's where my first thought goes to, is that we're going to assist this family. First, like I said, we want to make sure that a payment is affordable, but we also want to make sure that home is safe as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Right. So again, putting myself in that home buyer shoes, right? I am under contract. I submitted everything 4 weeks in advance. The property I'm thinking of, let's say it costs $400,000, right? Is there a limit to the actual cost of the house? Does it have to be within a certain limit, like I said, or is there a cap or no cap, like any house qualifies?
So for the federal funding, there is a cap. So at that 80% that I mentioned before, so 80% area median income, and these are based off of HUD limits, so the Department of Housing and Urban Development. So there is a cap for that, but with local city funding, there is no household limits. There's no purchase price limit. The only thing that we'll be looking at is to ensure that it's an affordable payment.
Okay, and then I can visit the City of Aurora website to find those limits, or again, contact you.
I would say the best thing to do would be to contact me.
Okay, and again, your email was grubbs@aurora.il.us. Oh, fantastic. And it's Grubbs, Grubbs. Correct?
Yeah.
All right, 2 B's. Remember that. 2 B's. Grubbs. Oh, that's really good to know. All right. Let's say I want to move into Aurora. I'm asking all these questions. Like, this is a great program, right?
Appreciate it.
Maybe I want to apply to this. But let's say I don't live in Aurora, but I want to buy a house in Aurora.
Yeah.
Can I qualify?
Absolutely. So this program, we've expanded this program just because the City of Aurora really does see we prioritize own home ownership. We want people to come and move into Aurora, but we also want to assist those that are already living in Aurora. Maybe they're renting, or maybe they have a starter home. We also want to help them buy, maybe a future home as well. So initially, this was just for first-time home buyers, but now, let's say you already own a property in Aurora, but it's a starter home, and you still meet our income limits. We could also assist you. Let's say you're moving outside from Aurora, and it's also not your first time buying a home. We can still assist you.
That is fantastic. I feel like a lot of the down payment assistance programs is tailored more for new homeowners.
Yeah.
Right. And these past 5 years, it's been those that bought 2020 and before, right? Fantastic. You got a house at a very affordable rate. Your interest rate was very, very low.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of like, I don't want to move out. My house is like, I outgrew it, but that interest rate, everything's a lot more. It's harder for established homeowners to buy another property, to like move out, right? And buy a new home. So the fact that this also allows current homeowners, that's wonderful. Not many programs do that.
You're right. I think that's majority of the programs that I also see. It's just for first-time home buyers, but the need is high right now. The need is high for everybody, not just for those that are first-time home buyers, but even current homeowners.
Okay, that's fantastic. I mean, I'm processing all like my mind is blown. Right? It's a fantastic program. So one thing that's very unique about Aurora is, not sure if many of you know, but Aurora, there's 4 counties, right, that reside in Aurora, basically. It doesn't matter which county you're in, correct, as long as it's in Aurora. Because I know there's DuPage, I know there's Kane, right, and but that doesn't matter. There's no county requirements on this, correct?
Correct, and that's a great point. As long as you're in the City of Aurora city limits, you could qualify for this program as long as the home you're buying is in one of those in the city limits. What I would like to mention though is if you're looking to buy in Aurora Township, those areas are unfortunately we can't provide assistance to. So it's really just important to remember City of Aurora city limits.
Okay, that's good to know. City of Aurora city limits. Aurora Township, unfortunately, properties in that area does not. But if you live in Aurora Township and you want to buy in the Aurora city limits, you can apply, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And I would say though, for those that are looking to buy into Aurora Township, I would refer them to those county governments, because often those county governments have programs that can provide assistance for them.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's another reason why the City of Aurora is partnering with the Neighbor Project and Children Association. They're HUD certified, these 2 organizations, and they are very well connected with other down payment assistance. And I think that's something that not many people fully understand, is that a lot of these down payment assistance programs like Choose Aurora, you can combine them with other down payment assistance. And so your HUD certified counselor, they have access to all of that information. They can guide you. They can, if you don't have your home buyer team, because you do need a team, right? You need your lender, your realtor, you need an inspector, and there's more that you need in your team. These 2 organizations can help you create your team so you're ready to apply for this program. Oh, this is fantastic. Yes, let's put up the flyer, right? So that we can have that on, and so that people that are on the podcast or watching this, that they can take a screenshot if needed. This is also available on the website. You can just Google Choose Aurora program, and I just did that this morning. This is the very first thing that appears. Just Google Choose Aurora program, right? Click on that link, and it'll take you to the flyer and more information and the phone numbers to contact, all of that. But everything that Adam just mentioned, it's right here on this flyer. So, final question. Every program usually has an end date, right? So for this program, is there an end date to this, or is it indefinitely? Is it when funds run out? Right? When does this program end?
That's a great point. So currently in this program, we have available $600,000.
Oh, okay.
So we are essentially, when the money runs out, that's when the program would probably end. But we have the ability to increase funding as long as that funding is being used, right? So if we see that the need is there and that we are getting a lot of clients, we're getting a lot of people interested in our program, and we can, utilize that entire $600,000. If the need is there, we're going to allocate funding to this program.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's the $600,000 is specifically just for the deferred loan, the $20,000, or is it for the entire $27,000?
So we have about how it's split. We have about $300,000 for the full $27,000, and then $300,000 for that $22,000.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. So those of you that are good with math, you can calculate that and see how many individuals the City of Aurora can serve with that. Oh, but that's a really good amount. You're gonna help a ton of people become homeowners. You're gonna help current homeowners buy a better house, right? Move out of their starter homes, because I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Sometimes current homeowners do get forgotten, as I mentioned, so that's good.
Absolutely.
But with that, any final words, anything else that you want to tell the audience about this program?
Thanks. So, Choose Aurora, it's a great program. Aurora is a great community, and at the City of Aurora, we truly, value homeownership, and we want to incentivize anyone coming in here. That's why we have this program. We want to incentivize you to come and move to Aurora.
Fantastic. That's beautiful. And love that the City of Aurora is really focusing on empowering its residents and making sure that they are able to have a great financial future, build generational wealth, right? With the Neighbor Project, again, just shameless plug. We are here to help renters become homeowners. So if Choose Aurora program interests you, contact Adam. You can contact the Neighbor Project. You can contact Chilean Association as well. If you're already a current homeowner, I know Chilean Association and the Neighbor Project, we also provide resources for current homeowners. If you're looking to just improve your financial situation, I know it's that time of year where our pockets are empty trying to buy these Christmas presents or buying Hanukkah gifts and all of that stuff. So if you're looking to improve your finances, improve your credit score, reduce debt, increase savings for whatever reason, you can contact also Chilean Association or the Neighbor Project. We're all within a half-a-mile radius from each other, very close by. But thank you so much, Adam.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in, explaining this program, and for uplifting the City of Aurora.
And I just want to say thanks for inviting us today.
Of course.
Thank you so
Of
much.
course. All right, City of Aurora, this was Living in Aurora. Thank you for joining us, and happy holidays.
Today is our big event of the year.
Celebrate and just have a great time. That's what today is all about.